Welcome to City Insider. This is the YouTube channel that will bring Man City fans the latest news of the club in our hearts. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. Barcelona prioritizing Joao Cancelo swoop. According to reputed Italian journalist Fabrizio Romano, Joao Cancelo is the subject of interest from Barcelona, and the reigning La Liga champions view the 29-year-old multi-time Premier League winner as a priority summer target. But they will only launch the offensive for the Manchester City fullback if they part ways with Ousmane Dembele. The rumor might appear odd at first reading, but with Barcelona's financial struggles showing no signs of ending, they need to be careful about the outlay on new signings. So it is hardly surprising that the three new arrivals this summer have hardly cost the Blaugrana anything. However, while Cancelo is a priority target for Barcelona, he will not come cheap. The Portuguese international lost prominence at Manchester City in the second half of the 2022-23 season. In addition, Bayern Munich did not exercise the option to sign him permanently this summer. So the player's future is uncertain heading into the 2023-24 season. The 29-year-old has won multiple Premier League titles with Manchester City, among other honours. And he has shown promising form in the pre-season campaign with the Citizens. But the Premier League champions are undecided about Cancelo's future, and the situation has captured the attention of several high-profile clubs, including Barcelona. Brighton's £7.5 million forward admired by Manchester City and eyed up as potential Riyad Mahrez replacement. Brighton Hove Albion striker Julio Enciso is being eyed up by Manchester City as a potential replacement to Riyad Mahrez. The Premier League champions are looking for a replacement for the Algerian winger after he joined Al Ahly for a £30 million fee. The move ends Mahrez's 5-year stay at the Citizens, in which he won 10 major honours and scored 78 goals in 236 appearances. According to Manchester Evening News journalist Rich Fay, Enciso is one of the names being talked about in the City hierarchy as a replacement for their talismanic winger. The Paraguayan wonderkid arrived in England last summer from Libertad for £9.5 million and impressed towards the end of the 2022-2023 campaign for Roberto De Zerbi's side. The 19-year-old scored 2 goal of the season contenders against Chelsea and City to announce himself on the Premier League stage, finishing the season with 4 goals in 26 appearances for the Seagulls. Man City learned they must pay £43 million to sign Barcola. Manchester City target Bradley Barcola has reportedly been valued at £43 million by his club Lyon. City are on the lookout for a replacement for Riyad Mahrez, who left last week to join Al Ahly. It has been reported that Rafinha and Michael Olise are potential options for Pep Guardiola, but it was also suggested by RMC Sport that the club were closely following Lyon youngster Barcola. Barcola has seriously impressed over in France since making his debut for Lyon in November 2021. He's not been a regular starter, but the exciting young forward has made some really impressive cameos for his side and has started to attract attention. But if City genuinely want him, he will not come cheap. According to RMC Sport yesterday, Lyon are now demanding £43 million for any sale of Barcola this summer. The French gem currently has interest from Paris Saint-Germain, who will surely be a threat as the biggest club in France. PSG have actually made a first bid for Barcola, as had been expected, but they are way short of the asking price, having only offered £25 million. RMC Sport suggests that Barcola would be open to making that particular move. It remains to be seen if City fancy making a move of their own. Currently, the treble winners have just a couple of options to play on that right wing in Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva. But Pep Guardiola has also lost Ilkay Gundogan, and the feeling has been that one of Foden or Bernardo will be more of an option to play in the middle. So Lyon are looking for £43 million to sell Barcola, and it's definitely a huge asking price. Barcola is still very inexperienced, so City have to decide whether his potential is worth that much. There will be players out there who are a little older than Barcola and just as talented if not more, but there is no denying that Barcola has a very bright future. He's all about being direct, and previously he has stated that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is one of his big influences. He told Ons Mondial a few years ago, "I have almost the same game as him and especially the same style. I enjoy watching Aubameyang's videos. His speed and quality of finish impress me. Quite possibly, Guardiola might just see something in him, but the Spaniard may also feel that it could now be Cole Palmer's time to shine for City. The English youngster has often come on for Mahrez in games and is perhaps the most natural and convenient replacement. Nathan Ake well deserving of his contract extension with Manchester City. Not many expected Nathan Ake to flourish at Manchester City after joining the Blues from Bournemouth in DA. But the Netherlands international has defied the odds, rising to become one of the best players at City. He was so good last season that he was even nominated for the club's Player of the Season award at some point. It's not surprising then that the 28-year-old has put pen to paper on a 2-year extension to his contract at Man City. That will keep him at the club until 2027. City apparently decided to reward the player for his outstanding performance last season by extending his contract by a further 2 years. Pep Guardiola moved for the player in 2020 after Chelsea turned down the option to exercise their buyback clause on his contract. Having come through the academy at Stamford Bridge, he was sold to Bournemouth by the London side in 2017 after joining initially on loan. But following the club's relegation to the Championship in 2020, he was snapped up by Manchester City as a backup to their centre-backs. The defender was not expected to feature much for City, and his first year at the club seemed to go according to expectations. He could hardly get into the team, and even when the opportunity arose he suffered some injuries that further hampered his chances, but last term saw a change in fortunes as the player was reborn under Pep Guardiola. He featured regularly for the Blues, missing only 12 of City's 38 Premier League games. His performance in crucial games was also noteworthy, and he even scored the only goal against Arsenal to fire City into the FA Cup fifth round. Both in the Premier League and Champions League, he was rock solid and made the left-back position his own after Joao Cancelo abruptly left in the middle of the campaign, becoming one of Pep Guardiola's most reliable players. Overall, he made 41 appearances for City across all competitions last term and played the entirety of City's Champions League final win over Inter Milan to complete the treble. The manager consistently spoke highly of him last season, so his value to the manager may have factored into the decision to extend his contract by an extra 2 years. It's a well-deserved reward that should keep him at the Etihad Stadium until 2027. This is the best club in the world. I have no doubts about that, Ake said in appreciation. Being a Manchester City player makes me incredibly proud every single day. It's a football club that expects excellence in every area, which makes for the perfect environment to improve. It drives me on and makes me better. I am at the stage of my career where I want to keep developing, and I can definitely do that here. Pep is the best manager in football, a genius who has made me see the game differently, so to be able to work with him for longer is a real privilege. I am so grateful to him for everything he has done for me, both personally and professionally. I also want to thank the City fans for their support. I have really felt it since I came here, and it helps me so much. My focus now is on making them proud and winning more trophies. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.